All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever looked at the command line and just thought, what is going on here? It can feel super intimidating, right? Well, today, we're going to completely change how you see it. Forget the black screen and blinking cursor. We're going to imagine it's a giant, sprawling amusement park. And the best part? You're the one in charge. You're the new supervisor.
So, first things first, welcome to the new job. Seriously, congratulations. This entire park, every single ride, all the attractions, even the little hidden pathways, it's all yours now. It's your domain. I know it might seem a little overwhelming at first, but stick with me. I promise by the time we're done here, you'll be running this place like you built it yourself.
Okay, so every new supervisor needs a tour on their first day, right? Let's get you acquainted with the grounds. We'll start with the real fundamentals. What actually makes this whole park tick.
The very first piece of park lingo you've got to learn is the word process. Now I know, it sounds super technical and kind of boring, but it's actually really simple. A process is just any program that's running on your computer. That's it. Your web browser? That's a process. Spotify playing in the background? Another process. Even that little clock in the corner of your screen. Yep, that's a process too.
But let's be honest, process is a dull word for an amusement park. So from now on, we're calling them rides. Every single program running is a ride. So your Chrome browser might be the giant Ferris wheel, and your code editor is the tilt-a-whirl. And just like any well-run park, we need to keep track of them all. So every single ride gets a unique number. It's process ID, or PID for short. Just think of it like a jersey number. It's how you can point and say, I'm talking about that specific ride, number 734.
So, you've got all these rides running. But are they just a chaotic mess? A random jumble of attractions? Nope. There's actually a hidden structure here, a real order to how they all connect and work together.
It's actually more like a giant family tree. And at the very root of that tree, you've got the park owner. This is a special process, usually called System D, and it always has PID number 1. It's the one that kicks everything off. So, when you start up the roller coaster, let's say that's Firefox. The main ride then launches a bunch of smaller cart processes, one for each tab you have open. They're all children of that main Firefox ride. And the cool part is, you can actually see this whole family tree, this whole hierarchy. It's like taking a family photo of all your running programs. All right, so you get the concept of rides in the family tree. Now we get to the really good stuff, your actual day-to-day job. How do you manage all this? Well, it's time to open up your supervisor's toolkit.
In your toolkit, the first things you'll reach for are your ways of seeing what's going on in the park. Think of them as two different kinds of cameras. You've got your instant snapshot camera for a quick look, and you've got your live security feed, like a leaderboard for watching things as they happen.
Let's start with the snapshot camera. This is the PS command. Think of it like a Polaroid. You press the button and snap. You get an instant picture of every single ride that's active in the park at that exact moment. It'll show you the ride's name, its PID jersey number, who's on it, and how much park energy, or, CPU, it's using up. It's perfect for those what's going on right now moments.
But a static photo doesn't tell the whole story, does it? Sometimes you need a live video feed. And for that, you've got the top command. This is your live leaderboard. It's constantly updating, showing you which rides are the most active, the biggest resource hogs, right at the top of the list. If one of your roller coasters suddenly starts draining all the park's power, you'll see it shoot straight to number 1 on this screen. It's absolutely crucial for keeping an eye on performance.
Now, your park basically has 2 areas where rides can run. Let's call it the job circus. You have the main stage, the foreground, where you're actively watching and interacting with a ride. But you also have the backstage area, the background. This is where rides can keep running without you having to watch them. And with a simple little trick, you can send a long-running ride backstage so you can get on with other tasks in the main ring.
Okay, but what happens when things go wrong? Because, let's face it, they always do. A ride freezes up, it goes completely haywire, or it's just causing a massive problem. As the supervisor, how do you step in and pull the plug safely?
Well, you've got a whole set of signals you can send, and it's kind of like training a dog. First, you can try the polite approach, a gentle request to stop, which is like asking it to sit. If that doesn't work, you can use a firmer signal, one that tells the ride, okay, time to pack up your things, clean up, and shut down. And then, for those real emergencies, you have the drop it now command. It's not a request, it's an immediate forceful shutdown. No questions asked.
And you have 2 ways to deliver these signals. You can use the kill command and aim it at a specific ride using its jersey number, its PID, that's like a sniper rifle. Or, if you need to take out a whole group, You can use pkill. Think of pkill as your megaphone. You can shout, "Firefox," and it'll send that shutdown signal to every single Firefox ride running in your park at once.
So shutting down a broken ride is one thing, but a really good supervisor wants to know why it broke in the first place, right? This is where you put on your detective hat. Welcome to the park's detective division.
See, whenever anything happens in your park, good or bad, a record is kept. Every ride, every system, it's all writing down what it's doing, second by second. These are called log files, and for a detective, oh man, this is where you find the gold. They're like case files, absolutely jam-packed with clues that can tell you the whole story.
Your standard issue detective kit comes with a couple of essential gadgets. First up is grep. This is your high-powered magnifying glass. You can use it to instantly search through mountains of text for a single keyword, like error. It just pulls out the exact lines you need. Then you've got cut. Cut is like your precision scissors. Once you've found a line of evidence, you can use it to snip out just the one piece of data you care about, like maybe just the IP address, or just the time it happened.
But sometimes a magnifying glass and scissors aren't enough. For the really complex cases, you need to bring out the heavy artillery, and that is awk. Awk isn't just a tool, it's a Swiss Army knife. It's incredibly powerful because it doesn't just see lines of text, it understands the structure of your data. It lets you slice, dice, rearrange, and even do calculations on your log files. It's a real game changer.
Okay, but what if the mystery is unfolding right now? You can't just wait for the report to come in later, you need live intel. That's when you deploy your spy camera, tail F. This command gives you a live, real-time feed of a log file. You can literally watch the new lines of evidence appear on your screen the instant they're written. It's like watching the crime scene as it happens.
So you know how the park works. You've got your supervisor's toolkit, you've got your detective gear. I think you're ready. Let's put all of this together and solve your first big case.
All right, here's the scenario. We've got an intruder. Someone is repeatedly trying to hack into the park's main office. Your mission? Find out who they are. Now, a rookie might try to solve this one step at a time, using one tool, then another. But you're a pro. You're going to build an assembly line. You're going to take the log file, pipe it into your magnifying glass, grep, to find all the failed login messages. Then you'll pipe that output into your scissors, cut, to pull out just the IP addresses. And then you'll pipe that list into another tool to count them up and find the biggest offender. This chaining of commands, this is the secret sauce, the real magic of the command line.
Building that assembly line is awesome, but are you really going to type all that out every single time you want to check for intruders? No way. A top-tier supervisor is all about efficiency. So what do? You build a robot. You take that entire assembly line and save it into a simple file. That's a script. From now on, instead of typing all those commands, you just run your one script. That is the power of automation.
Okay, supervisor, it's time for your final test, your graduation exercise. The challenge sounds simple enough. Find all the HTML files in one area that have been recently updated and copy them to another area. But here's the kicker. You have to do it in just 2 lines of code. The secret isn't about writing some super complex program. It's about knowing that there's a powerful tool designed for exactly this job. It's the perfect final lesson. The smartest solution is often the simplest one, if you just know which tool to reach for. And that's it. You've done it. You've toured the world of process land, you've managed the foreground and background acts in the job circus, and you've cracked cases in Detective Alley. That command line that seemed so mysterious before, it's not a mystery anymore. It's your park, it's yours to command. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?